Will the spring market spring forward or hasn't sprung a leak? Spring is here, but the big question is, will the housing market spring forward or has it already sprung a leak? Every year, spring is when the real estate market wakes up. Listings bloom, buyers rush in, and momentum builds. But this year, it's felt sluggish, and that's no accident. Affordability is squeezing the market harder than ever. Between high interest rates, elevated home prices are still going up, and a lack of affordable inventory. We go back to the inventory not being not enough, but being too expensive. Many buyers are still on the sidelines, not because they don't want to buy, but because they're struggling to make the numbers work. Sellers are cautious too. Many are sitting on sub 4% mortgage rates, and the idea of trading that in for today's rates doesn't feel worth it. It's interesting to do the math on that. A seller should really do the math on that. And sit down, give me a call if you want help on that. I'm happy to have a conversation with you about it. That hesitation is holding back inventory, and it's keeping the spring market in a kind of a holding pattern. To put it in perspective, inventory has always played a critical role in the market momentum. Back in 2022, inventory levels hit a record low of just 1.6 months nationwide. That's according to Bankrate. That tight supply led to bidding wars and frantic buying. So you may hear the term months of inventory. Here in Silicon Valley, we tend to have a very low amount of inventory or months on inventory. That means that if the houses stop coming on the market today, that's how long it will take the buyers to come in and purchase the amount of homes that are currently on the market. Right now, we are in about 2 months of inventory, and that is in Santa Clara County, Silicon Valley. And San Mateo County, Silicon Valley is also very similar. Now, if you look Santa Clara County again, if you look at the active listings, it is up 9%, and the active listings are 1,852. The pending is 1,086. The total closed sales for the county month average is 614. Now, a couple of different things there as well. You also want to look at the days on market. The average of days on market for Santa Clara County is 23 days on market on average. And the sale price to list price monthly average is 98%. So this puts us into a market that still slightly leans to the seller side. And so that's something to pay attention to. The reason I point that out is because we have been in a slower market. It's been a slower spring market. There's no question about that. But it's very important to pay attention to this, because what's going to happen is we're going to see this scale start to slide from kind of the middle, and all of a sudden it's going to go red to seller's market all over again. And that historically happens in San Mateo, Santa Clara County, and the surrounding Silicon Valley. Please keep this in mind as you're moving forward. Fast forward to today, we're still hovering at low levels in many markets, but buyer demand is far more price sensitive now. Price sensitive because interest rates are high. When the interest rates were so low, the buyers were getting in and buying at that point because the interest rates were so low and it was so much less expensive to actually afford at the time. This isn't the first time we've seen a spring market get off to a late start. In 2019, mortgage rates spiked in the fall, slowing activity. The market didn't pick up until late spring when the rates dipped. In 2020, the pandemic hit right at the start of the season, and believe me, I remember that. And instead of spring surge, we got a massive wave of buying that started in July. And in 2009, post-crash uncertainty and delayed stimulus meant the spring market didn't find its footing until well into the summer. 2025 is shaping up in a similar way. We had a delayed start this year, and all signs point to a spring market that could extend into June, July, or even August. Specifically here in Silicon Valley, we do see this every now and again where the market gets a little wonky and then we make up for it on the back end. And so it's going to be interesting to see what happens. So while the headlines may say the spring market's gone quiet, in reality, it's just fashionably late. There's still opportunity out there, especially for those who plan ahead. Be one of those who plan ahead. If you're thinking about buying or selling, timing is still on your side. Let's talk about how to make the most of this slow building and possibly extended spring season. Now, with that in mind, let's go over to the deal of the week. When we look at the deal of the week this time around, this house definitely should have been sold by now. It's a beautiful home. It's a large home. It's 2,300 square feet. It's a 5-bedroom, 3-bath. Remember, what I'm looking for here is specifically looking for a house, usually days on market. If it's been on the market for longer than usual, then that's going to be a flag that for some reason this house is not getting the attention. Then I'll go into and look at the comparables. Looking at the comparables, I'm looking for houses as close to it as possible that are going above what this house or the deal of the week is actually going for. Now remember, if it's not my listing, I cannot actually advertise that house or the address. But what I can do is I can send you the information if you do inquire about it. So this has been on the market for 59 days. It's been on the market for a long time, and it's 2,300 square feet. The lot is actually a huge 8,000 square foot lot, and it's 5 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. The list price is $2,749,000, and the comparables are pretty amazing, actually. The average, there was one that actually sold, but sold off market, and that was actually sold for $4,450,000. So that's way up there. I don't think that's probably not a comparable in a lot of ways. However, the square footage on that was 4,000 square feet, so it's a massive home. And then there were a couple of others that are sold, and the square footage for those are average 2,400 square feet. There's one that was 3,200 square feet, and then 2 smaller properties and sold as well. And those all averaged sales price of $3,877,000. So you're really looking at a home that is a bargain in an area that has a lot of great amenities to it. And it goes to Country Lane Elementary, it goes to Moreland Middle, and it goes to Prospect High. And for the most part, middle schools, it's kind of a dark area. Everybody, I think anybody who's had a middle schooler, the middle schools don't tend to be the best as far as the ratings, but the other 2 schools actually have great ratings as well. So take a look at those. Now, on to one other thing is coming soon properties. I've got a few coming soon properties that'll be coming in the next month. One that's actually active right now is 1450 Myrtle Avenue. And that one's in San Jose, 95118. It's kitty corner to a park. Beautiful home. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Don't expect that one to last very long. We have it on the market at 138. Let me know if you have any questions about that one. I've got one currently that's coming up next month. Is the projection. That's in Montecito. Fantastic area. I expect that one to go above $4 million. There's also one in Palo Alto. That one's coming soon as well, hopefully within the next month. That's going to be right around $3 million, maybe a little more. That's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It's on a flag lot, so it's super private. Also have one coming up in Sunnyvale in the next few months. That one is a probate, so we're actually going to be doing some work on that. If you know somebody who's looking in Sunnyvale, in the 94086 area, let me know, and we can start to have conversations about that. If they have an agent, totally fine. Have their agent reach out to me. I've got a duplex that's coming in San Jose, and that one is going to be in the next month or 2 as well. So this is what I've got going on right now. That's a duplex. That's probably going to go for about one and a quarter is what I anticipate. Give me a call if you have any questions. Remember, 1450 Myrtle is live and we'll be accepting offers coming up quick. So maybe if you're in the market for that, reach out or have your agent reach out to me. I'm not trying to keep it to myself. Blast it out there. Hope you're doing well. Talk to you soon. If you're thinking about buying or selling, timing is still on your side. Let's talk about how to make the most of this slow building and possibly extended selling season. Feel free to reach out anytime. I'm always here and happy to help. Talk to you soon.